Welcome to the Dawg Chug. Roger and Ross, how's it going tonight?
As good as it can be. Had some fun tonight.
Yeah, what'd you do tonight?
Well, I was too busy rocking my homage swag, my Cincinnati Bearcats retro shirt at a University of Cincinnati alumni event. They're doing a little 3-city road trip in Cleveland, Columbus, and Chicago for alumni. So I got to meet the basketball coach, the football coach, the athletic director. Wow. So that's pretty cool. Pretty intimate event. And I got a free beer out of it. It was at Great Lakes, so that was pretty cool.
Wow.
What, everyone got one free beer?
Yeah. So it was strictly for alumni and whatever guests they brought. Pretty awesome event.
I'm so glad I didn't go to that event. One beer. That's just like teasing.
Well, they had a cash bar too. So you got your first beer for free.
Oh,
you could buy beer after that.
I would have spent like $57.
And they were normal price. It was like $6 a beer. They didn't mark it up or anything.
Hello, Drew Brick City. Thank you for joining us tonight. It's going to be a great show. We're so excited to bring this one to you. Roger, how are you doing today?
You know what? I'm doing great. I'm celebrating. I have more belated birthday beer. Look at that. I got the double IPA, Lake Erie Monsters.
Oh, I love the Lake Erie Monsters.
Look at the card. It says IP a lot. IPA lot. IPA lot. From my mother-in-law. And then I got to show you guys this. I put it on Twitter. It is the 1999 when the Browns came back from the Iron City brewery. I don't know if you can, that's as far as I can get to that. But it's the return of the Browns and the Iron City six-pack I got there.
Iron City, isn't that a Pittsburgh beer?
Well, I'm not going to drink it. I wouldn't drink that swill. I'll keep it on the shelf, though.
That's pretty impressive, but I have a special beer as well. Got the Busch.
Oh, well, there you go.
Whoa.
Yeah. The king of beer's little brother.
Jeff, thank you for joining us as well. He just said he's watching the Guards and he needs free beer. Yeah, it's pretty bad what's going on right here. The White Sox are kicking our ass.
Jeff, you're coming on the show eventually. I'm going to get you on Dawg Chug, Jeff.
Nice. Look forward to that. Well, let's see. Why don't we talk about the great event we're going to be at this weekend?
Oh, yeah. We're all going to be there, right?
We're all going to be there.
Yeah.
It's Saturday, May 20th from 1 to 7 p.m. City Dogs, CLE, and at West Third Summit are putting on a tailgate at the West Green Lodge in Berea, down by the lake there in the Berea Metro Parks. And everybody's going to be at cornhole. I think it's a potluck thing. Bring a dish, bring beer. I know he needs some help with some ice and maybe some burgers, people to donate some burger meat and buns. But come on out. We're going to be there. Dawg Chug going to be there. We're going to have a blast, man.
Nice. And do you need to buy tickets in advance or can you just show up?
No. Well, you could have bought tickets in advance from him, but he'll also have a donation, $10 donation when you get there. He's asking you to donate. If you didn't buy a ticket in advance, to go ahead and donate the $10 when you get there. $10, and everybody's going to have beer, and it's just going to be a big tailgate party, man.
Nice.
But all the proceeds go. 100% of the proceeds go to City Dog CLE. Yeah.
How wonderful.
Yeah, beautiful.
I love that he does this. He does this every year. It's so much fun. We went last year. We had a blast, and can't wait. Really looking forward to it. All right, and with that, I think it's time to go to the Dawg Chug update. Yeah. Our fans, they're watching the Guardians. They're sad. They need to know what's going on out there. So why don't we illuminate?
All right, I'll start it off. Browns' new safety Juan Thornhill got into a little drama last night when he proclaimed on Twitter that he was sick of all the negativity, firing up a portion of the Browns' Twitter, but pissing off the bipolar fans, broken from being unable to handle all the losing that has gone on in this city. Look, Juan, we applaud the effort, but really, you're just stepping in it unnecessarily. Do like the Dawg Chug does and put forth little effort on the field, just like we do on this show. You'll tread water, have some fun, and in your case, you're going to collect a big fat paycheck instead of the homage gift certificate that's good on only the 2022 styles and older that we get.
Tuesday, the Browns made it official, trading for Zadarius Smith, a pass rusher that has been to multiple Pro Bowls and has over 50 sacks. And we got him by swapping 2 day 3 picks with the Minnesota Vikings. Clearly, the mentee, Kawisi, GM of the Vikings, did his former mentor, Andrew Berry, a solid by trading him to us for such an insignificant price. And I just want to point out that similarly, when Roger leaves the Dawg Chug to go full-time with his Guards podcast, Roger, you better show your appreciation to me by delivering free beer every time you come over to work on my plumbing, which you're also doing for free.
The NBA held their draft lottery yesterday, and once again, the fix is in. The top pick, Victor Wembanyama, will be headed to major market San Antonio. And once again, Cleveland got completely screwed and won't draft until pick 49. It's such BS. How the leagues plot to come up with ways to keep this fan base down. Unbelievable.
It's disgusting.
Awful.
All right, I think we have Rob Roger top 10.
We do. We have the top 10 tonight, brought to us from our home office in Albuquerque, New Mexico this week. These are the top 10 reasons you need to adopt a dog at the City Dog Cleveland tailgates this Saturday. Top 10 reasons why you need to go in and adopt a dog. Number 10, you're tired of the looks you get when you mention your comfort possum. Okay. Number 9, the hot chick in apartment 2B, she has a dog. Hey, now, good opening line. Number 8, the hot dude in 4C, he also has a dog. Oh, my.
Okay. Yeah.
Number 7, the dogs that are not adopted Saturday, they're going to be sent to Pittsburgh. So, yeah, that's worse than the kennels. Number 6, just think of all the awesome yet completely unnecessary dog pics you can tweet. Please don't do it. Number 5, roses are red. You'll be picking up poo, but Nick Carnes will write a dog adoption poem about you.
Fire.
Number 4, the pics on Insta of you and your cats ain't it, bro. Number 3, because the goddamn dogs are homeless, you selfish bastards. Number 2, because even though you do not currently have the dog, that miniature gravy train covered wagon still thunders through your kitchen at night. So, and the number 1 reason you need to adopt a dog at the City Dog CLE tailgate is begging strips. Begging strips.
Of course.
All comes back to marketing every time.
And that's our top 10 tonight. Get out there Saturday and support City Dog CLE and help those dogs out, because I'm not taking one home. I already got 2. I want to bring one. You think if I bring one, then somebody will take it?
Yeah, bring it. Yeah. Someone really wants begging strips out there. We're going to take your dog, Ryder.
Oh, that was fun.
All right. Sports Kita named the Cleveland Browns as one of the 2 most likely destinations to sign a running back, Ezekiel Elliott, causing quite the stir on Twitter, with half this fan base welcoming the former Buckeye to back up Nick Chubb, and those such as Network 216's and non-coffee with mayonnaise drinking Jacob Roach to proclaim, I just don't see it. Jacob, I know you're a stats guy, and sometimes you just can't see what's so obvious. This guy is a perfect fit, despite losing a step and suddenly looking ordinary. He's been charged with domestic violence against a woman just like Kareem Hunt has. He's exposed a woman's breast at a St. Patrick's Day party, just like our QB1. He was caught speeding over 100 miles per hour, which was even faster than Myles Garrett was caught speeding. He's been accused of fighting a patron at a bar, similar to when Johnny Manziel got in a fight at the 9 Hotel. And in the heart of COVID lockdown, he was even photographed in a marijuana dispensary, which Josh Gordon himself didn't even have the balls to do. This guy meets every criteria. Sign him immediately. Hell, if you need extra cap room, go ahead and cut Nick Chubb. That dude's boring as hell.
You're right. Justin Fields was interviewed by the Orange and Brown Report and said, This year is no different than last year. We have a different bond and chemistry within the team and new players that are going to help the team a lot. Justin, when your football career comes to a close and you need to get out of the house, with quotes like that, you're Dawg Chug material, and we highly encourage you to be a part of the team.
Yeah, welcome, Justin Fields. All right. Yesterday was announced that the great Pat McAfee show is joining ESPN on a multi-million-dollar contract. Now, many fear the quality of the show is in jeopardy of going downhill, as there will be a lot more oversight and possible censorship to the point where the show won't feel as revolutionary. Well, we can put those fears to rest because something we've never really discussed before, the Dawg Chug was actually asked to join ESPN, and negotiations got deep enough we actually recorded a demo for them. And while we ultimately decided to join the even better Network 216, ESPN allowed us to do the show the way that we do it. Roger, what do you think about that?
Hey, I'm sorry. Say that again, Andy.
What do you think about us auditioning for ESPN?
You blinked out on me.
We got the pilot. We made a pilot.
Hey, I'm sorry. My thing went down. I know that. Do we still have that? Because my kids love watching it, and I don't have it. I'm sorry. I caught up.
Oh, no worries. Producer Ross has got it right here.
Well, what the hell? We didn't really prepare tonight. We didn't do anything. Our guest, I haven't heard from our guest. Something's happened. So why don't you go ahead and play it?
All right. Here comes the pilot, the demo, of when the Dawg Chug went to ESPN. Enjoy. Hello, and thank you for joining us today on Dawg Faith. Roger, I hope you are well this fine evening. Ross, peace be with you.
Peace be with you. This iced lemonade is certainly splendid. What are you drinking today, Andrew? That doesn't look like the typical water you usually sip to open the show with.
Well, I have to admit, I was feeling a little spicy today, so I decided to live up a little and I'm doing a LaCroix.
Oh, my, this is going to be a zany show, I can just tell.
Now it's time to be part of the show where we update our audience. So here is Dawg Faith Preach. Roger, do you think you can start us off?
Certainly. As the Browns clash with the Steelers this Sunday, let us remember to abide by God's will, praying for both teams to play in accordance with His divine guidance. And the faithful fans, may you prioritize worship and find spiritual nourishment before the game, embracing the sacredness of this encounter with hearts filled with praise. Amen. Hallelujah. And let the glory of the gridiron shine forth.
Amen.
Despite fans' lingering complaints about last week's game, where a missed holding call seemingly caused our unfortunate loss, let us remember the fallibility of referees and show them mercy. Also, I feel so happy for the Jets, who even being down by so many points, with unyieldingly determination, fought until triumph, deserving our utmost respect. Let us honor their loyal fans, unwavering in support and devotion.
Well said. Oh, troubled souls, hear my earnest plea for those entangled in the clutches of alcohol addiction. Recognize his malevolent presence of the devil, sowing seeds of despair, veiling you from the boundless mercy of our Lord Jesus Christ. I beseech you, reach out to me, and I shall guide you as a shepherd, leading towards the radiant embrace of divine illumination, where redemption and solace awaits.
And now, my heavenly top 5 reasons the Browns are going to finish the season strong. 5, the Browns are a great team. 4, Nick Chubb is a fun player to watch. 3, Chase Winovich looks like Jesus. 2, His divine grace extends forgiveness unto Deshaun Watson, cleansing him of all 24 transgressions. And the number 1 reason, God is good.
Hallelujah.
Yes, He is. God is so good. My life has become so amazing since I found him.
He sure is. I was taking my son on a nature walk yesterday and had a 75-minute conversation with a leaf that was so illuminating.
Now let's get to our favorite game on the Dawg Chug, Sin, Pray, Divine. Statement number 1. The fans love the Browns the most of the Cleveland teams. Roger, can you illuminate us?
I'm really not sure how to answer this one, so I'm going to contemplate with some deep prayer.
Ross.
I don't really watch sports anymore because I'm so busy volunteering at homeless shelters than speaking to God. But I believe the Cavs are actually closer to earning our faith, so I choose Sin.
Well, this is a Browns town and will always be a Browns town. The results don't actually matter, so I choose Divine. Roger.
Oh,
How did that
I'm
find
sorry.
you?
Thank you for that answer, Andrew. I appreciate you.
And I appreciate you both so much. And that, it's time to, I guess, close the show. I want to thank our guest.
Andy, tomorrow I'm going to come over and we'll work together until you can close the show without it being so gosh darn awkward.
Thank you. And don't forget, everyone, football doesn't matter. Only God matters. So be good to him and to each other.
Amen.
Wow.
Wow.
I can't, we should do that. Like,
Mickey Mouse is going to be all over that shit.
I've been,
give me the goosebumps. That was so good.
Oh, Lord.
certainly does.
Give me the power.
ESPN did have a lot of notes.
I just wonder, when we get to hell, are they going to have beer?
Oh, Jeff is saying he wants a full episode of
Jeff
Dawg
wants a
Chug.
full episode of Christian Chug. Or what was it?
Sin, pray, what?
It was called Dog Faith.
No, what was
How
Spit
could I
Sip
forget
Chug,
that?
though?
It was Sin,
Wow.
Pray, Divine.
Pray.
I like how Roger always prays because he's not sure what the answer should be.
Boy, that was
All right. Well, we had a little bit of a guest mix up, but thankfully we always have Sherry standing by who's willing to come on and have some fun. Sherry, we appreciate you. So welcome back to the Dawg Chug.
I live here now.
hey, Sherry.
The green room.
Full-time job, sorry.
Very comfortable. Great accommodations.
You're going to have to file this on your taxes.
Win-win.
We wanted to have you on Dog Faith because you're such an important member of the Dawg Chug, but ESPN said because you're not Catholic, you weren't allowed.
I know they have a strict no Jew policy. I get it.
So insane. That was actually the reason we went with Network 2 and 6 because we didn't really like that. So
Smart move.
yeah, but I can't wait to see the Pat McAfee show on ESPN. It's gonna be fun. So, Sherry, how are you doing tonight?
All is well. Can't complain here in the land of vampire. Yeah, dogs. A dog.
Which-
all of them at one time. Saturday.
Are you
There
going to be at
Saturday.
the big party?
I should be. Live and be well.
Do you like the Dawg Chug better or do you like Dawg Faith?
Well, seeing as how my type is degenerate, I like Dawg Chug. I can't get down with the evangelicals. I'm sorry. It's just too preachy. Reminds me of growing up in the South, telling me I'm going to hell because I don't
Was
accept
the
Jesus.
Dawg Faith a little too optimistic for you?
Yeah. Not enough gloom and doom or debauchery.
Although I do think Roger's point, Nick Chubb is fun to watch, was a really, really good one.
Yeah.
Riveting.
Why the Browns
What a
were
take. What a
Facts
take.
for facts.
That
Facts for
top
facts.
5 was some of my best work.
When you said Nick Chubb was good, all the analytic nerds got really mad at you. They said, "Why are you paying him so much?
He's
We should
just
trade him."
He's just
They
a
were
good
furious
person.
at those.
The
Catholic
trade Nick
dog
Chubb
face
thing, don't
nerds.
start with me.
Let's go back to your happy place, Roger. Happy
We're going
place.
to do Chug Pharisees next.
I don't know what that means.
All right. Well, I think it's time for us to get. Unfortunately, we're not going to do sin. What was it? Sin, pray, divine. We're going to do spit, sip, chug because that's what we do on the Dawg Chug, right?
Okay.
All right. Now, Sherry, you are the judge of the Dawg Chug. Should Roger be allowed to sip, or should he be restricted from sipping?
For the past 2 weeks, he's been so good and compliant. I think we should loosen the leash and let the man sip.
There you
Wow.
go.
All right.
Let him sip. Let him sip. Let him sip.
All right. Well, let's see how often he sips, because what I'm understanding is if he sips a lot, you're probably gonna restrict him again.
Absolutely.
Okay. So, Roger, you might want to consider that when making your answers. So, I think everyone knows how to play spit, sip, chug, but if you don't, you'll figure it out. It's very similar to sin, pray, divine. Statement number 1: it would be more surprising if the Cleveland Browns have a below-average defense than if they had a below-average offense. Roger.
Wow. Yeah, I'm going to sip on that one. What the hell? I'm going to take advantage. I already expect the offense with all the talent they had with Deshaun Watson. They got no excuses on it. Deshaun Watson they have no excuses. But yeah, man, it'd be to me, it'd be really surprising. I think it'd be a out of left field type thing for me. So I'm sipping on it. I don't know. I don't think my answer correlated with my sip.
Didn't sound to. If it's out of left field, then I think you should.
I wanted to sip because I'm allowed to. I really wanted to spit on it.
All right. Judge Sherry, before you answer, should Roger be making his decision based on what he wants to do, or should he actually give his actual opinion?
It should be his actual opinion.
All right. Thank you.
After 2.5 years, you want to change it now?
Just no sipping for the sake of sipping.
That's right. Okay, Sherry, how would you answer this one?
I'm going to sip on that.
Oh,
See, Roger, it's spreading now.
Atta girl.
500 football. That's our goal here. All right.
All right. Why are you sipping?
I'm going in with really low expectations this year.
You're looking for 4 wins?
4. That's it.
What's low
No.
expectations?
My expectations are real low. So I feel if I set them all the way at the bottom, whatever they do is going to be good.
Okay.
I mean, Lizard Brain wants 10 wins. But is that attainable?
Do you think Juan Thornhill was talking to you specifically when he went on his tirade against Browns fans?
No, because I post a lot of dog content, and how could you be against Chippy?
All right. Fair enough. I should stay quiet because Juan might be making an appearance a little bit later in Spit Sip Chug. I'm going to answer this question now. And look, I am very optimistic. I'm a huge homer. But I guess the 2 big questions that I have is, can Deshaun Watson transition back to being an elite quarterback after, I don't know, it's been, 3 years now since he's played at a high level? That's a big question mark. And then can Kevin Stefanski make this offense work? We haven't really seen him do that before. So that's another big question mark. I think on the defensive side, we have a lot of known entities. We've got a defensive coordinator that has made it work in multiple places. Seems like they're not really relying on unknowns like Elijah Moore. Everyone kind of seems has shown that they can do the job that they need to do with the Browns. So I would be much more surprised if the defense was below average than I would be with the offense. So I am chugging on this one. Russ.
I'm going the other way. I'm spitting. You have the quarterback with the highest guaranteed money. You have the potentially the highest paid, or do we have the highest paid offensive line in the NFL? We have to at this point, picking up Jed Will's option officially. But we have an awesome running back, awesome or allegedly awesome quarterback, awesome O-line. The amount of money on our offense right now. Oh, and Njoku getting paid a shit ton. Amari Cooper getting paid a ton. Like, it would – I totally expect our offense to be above average. Yep. I mean, our defense being average would be, like, awesome for us. Yeah. But if you're expecting our defense to be better on offense, I don't know what you're watching or what you're looking at. So it would be super disappointing if we don't win because of offense.
Okay.
All right.
Just based on what we're spending on that side of the ball.
I'm glad I spit. I agree with Ross.
Some nerd will tell me that we actually spend more on defense somehow, but I don't care.
All right, statement number 2. It's time for the Gardos to bring up Bo Naylor and send Zanino to pasture. Sherry.
That's like you just asked me something in a different language.
Zanino bad, Bo Naylor good.
Okay, thank you, Roger. I'm going to defer.
All right, so you are sipping?
Sipping.
Oh, man. We're going to have to make a new rule against you.
I'm going to defer to Roger.
That's why I made sure you were going first on this one because, I like putting pressure on people. Okay, for me, this one, look, I never want to question Tito. I think sometimes he does have a habit of sticking with veterans a little bit too long. However, the results are usually pretty good. I think he knows a lot more about baseball than I do. Having said that, we need to do something maybe different because I think we're creeping into almost the end of May and, we're seeing pretty offensively terrible results. So I am going to just go ahead and I'm gonna chug on this. It's time, but I don't think they are going to do it, and I'm fine with it. Ross.
Oh, I'm gonna chug. And this is where Roger could like maybe come back at me and say like you're wrong, Ross. But I don't know what the deal with baseball is with like, hey, we have a more talented player in the minors, but we're not gonna play him because we don't want to pay him. What other damn sport does that? Like when you have an awesome player in basketball, they're starting on your team or playing a ton of minutes. When you have a good player in football, you play them more. But in baseball, it's like, you know what? I don't want to start them for some reason because they're young. He might actually be better than the catcher. And it's that point in the year where it's like, screw it, let's just start him. There's really no reason to not start him besides we don't want to start his contract and, initiate this extension talk and everything else that goes with it. So we should definitely be starting Bo Naylor. Why not? What do we have to lose?
All right. Roger, before you give your answer, do you think this is the front office is involved in this decision of saying like we don't want his first year to be counted? Because I guess if you start him past a certain date, he technically doesn't get a year of eligibility, so we'd have control of him a year longer. Do you think that's occurring, or do you think it's more about waiting till he's ready to handle Major League Baseball?
Man, I don't think that in this situation that they would worry about starting the clock on a catcher that is supposed to be the future catcher for the organization, considering the glaring hole we have right now behind the plate, both offensively and defensively with Zanino. I mean, he's not good at either one of them. Man, they are known to do that where they hesitate to start the clock, but I don't think so, not in this situation. I think it's more that he's just not MLB ready yet. in their opinion or their eyes.
Okay, so how would you answer the statement? Would you spit, sip, or chug on this one?
I forgot the statement. What is it? No,
It's time to bring up.
No,
Bo
I
Naylor.
think I'm chugging on it because I think they should. I don't know. He's a veteran. If you designate him for assignment, or if you just outright release him on waivers. But I think his time is coming to an end with the Guardians. So I'm chugging on it. He should be gone. If they bring Bo Naylor can't do any worse behind the plate defensively, if that's the thing, because he's hitting the ball. And the only question about him is his defense. He can't be any worse than Zunino behind the plate. So I say bring him up, get rid of Zunino. I'm chugging.
Follow-up question for you, because Chuck's not available. Is I'm pretty sure he committed suicide watching this game. Has Zunino been this bad behind the plate defensively, or is this just a little stretch where he's been able to throw a ball to second base without it bouncing 5 times and going 10 feet offline?
No, not before his injury, not before he got hurt, and then he lost all that time, and I don't know if that's affects his, behind the plate. But no, he wasn't. I don't think the Guardians would ever went and got him if he was considered a bad defensive catcher. Tito puts so much value on, the catcher being sound, defensively, behind the plate and controlling a staff. No, he wasn't. He wasn't known to be bad defensively and a great offensive catcher, a hitter. He was, an average defensive player. So that's why I'm so surprised that he's so miserable back there. I thought it'd be a defensive upgrade from his past before his injury.
All right. Well, thank you for illuminating on that. Let's move on to statement number 3. Juan Thornhill should stay quiet on social media and let his play on the field do the talking. I'm going to start on this one, and I know it is. I understand that, like, when a player comes in 3 weeks, they're trying to tell you how you should fan. It is kind of annoying. So I understand people that are annoyed, but I love players that show a little bit of passion. Nothing infuriated me more than when it's, Browns Steelers week and the Browns players act like they don't care. That's very, I have a lot of passion for this team. I want to see a little bit of passion. So I love, when Juan's out there singing this team's potential praises. So I am just going to go ahead and spit on this one, Juan. You just keep barking. When we get to training camp, you can shut the fuck up. But right now, go ahead and keep saying that we deserve a little bit more respect. So, Ross.
All right. I'm going to join you in spitting. It's freedom of speech. Do what you got to do. It's exactly why Dawg Chug chose not to sign with ESPN. They really liked our pilot. They liked Dog Faith, but we said, no, we want to say bad words, say the F word, believe it or not, F-U-C-K. So I'm with him. Just say what you got to say. And when you play great and you say things on Twitter, the fan base is just going to love you more. And if you talk a bunch of shit and you don't play well, we'll love you for a week until you play bad. So
yeah,
it's pretty much a win-win here.
Yeah.
Well said. Jarvis Landry, a guy that spoke out a little bit, and he backed it up, kind of. And we loved it.
You'll increase your jersey sales by like 10% at least by tweeting.
Roger.
Ooh. Spitting.
Old man
I'm
Ron.
spitting, and I'll tell you why, because he's a defensive back. And because if Hanford Dixon and Frank Minifield were on Twitter back in the day, they would be barking all day long, every day on Twitter. And I love defensive players that talk. I want him to keep talking. Yeah, he's going to have to prove it on the field. And, yeah, we've heard 1,000 players come through here. But I think it gets the fan base going. If it hurts your feelings and, let's wait till we see what happens. I have high expectations for the Browns, so I love it. Yeah, I love it.
All right. Sherry.
I, too, am going to spit. Prepare yourselves. Okay?
Oh. Oh, we'll get
Okay, back. I enjoy the passion. I enjoy when any professional athlete comes on and interacts with the fans because it's fun. Show your passion and get us on your good side out the bat or out the gate, and don't be, scared of, the cancel culture, woke police or whatever, be yourself and Cleveland will love you.
All right.
Unless you suck on the field. Different story. But right now, be you.
Yeah. I think that's really well said, Jerry. Players should just be themselves. And I'm excited about Juan Thornhill being a part of this team. This has been a pretty solid offseason, I think, for the Browns. Hopefully it translates to the field.
Especially because our head coach demonstrates zero passion for anything.
Yeah.
passion for numbers.
Do you think Stefanski was irritated when he saw this exchange?
I don't think he knows how to use Twitter.
That would be good because there are a lot of people talking bad shit about him. All right. Let's move on to statement number 4. Ross, we're going to start with you. Zeke would be a quality addition to the Browns running back room on a 1-year reasonable deal.
If we weren't in Ohio State fucking country, no one would want this dude at all. Are you fucking kidding me? The Dallas Cowboys wanted to get rid of this guy 2 years ago, but they had to pay him too much money. They couldn't trade him because no one wanted him because he was so expensive. You can get like a third down back or like a young running back for like $0, especially if they're going to be our running back 3. Like, that's what we need right now. We don't need a running back 2. We need a running back 3. So I just don't understand any of the hype going around this. It makes absolutely no sense. He already looked like I'm not going to say he doesn't deserve to be in the NFL because he's had some awesome years, but it's ridiculous. If we weren't in Cleveland, in Ohio, we wouldn't be talking about Zeke right now whatsoever. We're fine.
Yeah, nobody else is. Not one
Let's
other
get some
fan
bum
base
off the
is
street.
pining
We're fine
for
at running
Zeke
back.
Elliott.
What's that? What was that last? We're what at running back? Ross.
Oh, I thought you were saying Roger. We just get a bum off the street for running back 3 for all I care.
Okay, got it. Roger.
I'm spitting with Ross. Everything he said. Bucknut. You know what? I wanted to protest this statement.
Not answer it.
Yeah, just there's probably 20 young running backs out there we can bring in. I don't want to waste my time on the silly season and Bucknuts. Every year there's a Buckeye that's a free agent that you read about. Well, I don't read about, but you see constantly Browns fans wanting, go get him. So, no.
Oops.
No.
Wait. Would rather have Hunt than Zeke. And then Jeff said, can we
Yes.
mute the Michigan man? Roger, go to sleep. Sherry.
I don't want him. I don't want him here. So that means I'm going to spit again?
Yeah.
All right, I have to get out the big tarp. Okay, excuse me. Ross? Okay, better. In football years, he's getting old. I would rather save that money for like a Division III school running back from like somewhere in Florida or something. Any wild card kid who's young and passionate and doesn't cost an arm and a leg. I don't want him here because also he has a bit of that attention horridness, if you will. I don't understand why he shows his midriff all the time either, and that gets a little odd because I really dislike belly buttons. So personally, that upsets me. So just let him stay in Dallas.
Okay. I hate that I have to do this, but I am going to sip on this one.
Oh.
Ugh. He does enjoy Ohio State football.
No. It has nothing to do with Ohio State. I mean, I think that we need see. I know Ross, you said that he would be a backup 3, running back 3, but like I really think, until Ford proves himself, we just need like another guy that proves that he could do it. Because if Ford, isn't a great running back with the Browns, I think he will be. We are kind of big trouble because we need our running game to really carry this team. We our offensive linemen are we're paying a ton of money to block really, really, really well. I want a running back that can catch passes. I think Zeke can do that. He's more of a name right now than he is productive, and there's definitely some other names that are out there on the streets that I would much prefer that probably would come with a lot less attention and less money even. So I'm not chugging on this one, but if Zeke is the guy they end up bringing in to be the running back too, I will be fine with it. So that is why I'm sipping. Don't do it, but I'm okay if that's where they decide to go. And that is Spit Sip Chug.
Nice. Hey, since we got time, do you guys know? We're pretty much wrapped up here. I'd like to. Our young Sherry here has ventured out into the world of. She's expanded her horizon, and she's starring on another podcast. Did you guys know that?
No.
Yes.
Does it involve ham?
I am Fat Boy Tuesday for illegal our friends, not competitors, friends over at Illegal Ham to the Face.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I know. She was awesome. You got to get her. She was on the other night. It was a great show. She did awesome.
I always wanted to be a fat boy. So when the opportunity presented itself, I said, count me in.
Well, Dawg Chug, we do consider ourselves a stepping stone in the podcast game.
Yeah, so
no, my heart will always be with the Dawg Chug.
Hey, we set off Jacob Roach, Nick Carnes, all of them started here.
Well, you're not going to
Dawg Chug Community College.
Like Kawitsi did for Andrew Perry, when you have much success over there, I expect free beer.
Well, that's just a given.
And Sherry is not cheating on the Dawg Chug. We encourage to get herself out there as much as possible because it's good for our show.
Exactly, because I'm going to plug you.
Without her, we wouldn't get all the great guests that we get because she's out there promoting us like crazy.
Sherry will put out for your podcast.
Yeah.
Who read that?
Did I say that wrong?
Did somebody write that, or did you just come up with that?
It's not in the script.
It's on the script. Hey, if it's on the script.
We actually, so that, Dog Faith, we trimmed that up. That was an hour show that we trimmed down. We actually had a game that we played that we cut for time, but I was thinking maybe we could play that game right now.
Okay.
It's less a game, more I'm going to ask a series of questions. And it was kind of lame when we did it on Dog Faith, because ESPN made us be really preachy. But I figure I can ask the same questions, and then we can just see how you guys answer on the Dawg Chug. How does that sound? All right.
We'll do our best.
Okay, so the first question. Sherry, we'll start with you, obviously. Can attending a Cleveland Browns game be considered a form of pilgrimage for a devout fan?
Absolutely. Especially sitting in the dog pound. Like, it is Mecca of the faithful.
Okay, nice. Ross.
I would agree with Sherry in this extent, maybe more so in the Muni lot. There's a lot of faith. There's a lot of commitment. There's a lot of forgiveness that has to be given to people. You can't judge. It's just you're seeing them at one point in their life. It might not embody who they are. You just have to be welcoming and acknowledge that people aren't always the same. They might be more emotional one day than the other. And I think the Muni lot's the place to see that. And you know what's great about the Dog Faith? We always forgive. And when you're in the Muni lot, you have to forgive.
That's right. Roger.
Could you repeat the question?
Yes.
Statement.
No, it's a question. Can attending a Cleveland Browns game be considered a form of pilgrimage for a devout fan?
Absolutely. Absolutely, because you've made it a big part of your life. Your entire being is wrapped up in it. Your soul is wrapped up in it. So absolutely. I think if you miss one, then you have to go to confession before you can go to another one.
All right. Love that. So don't miss a Browns game where you have to go to confession.
Right.
All right. Next question.
Come see me.
We're going to start with Ross this time. Should there be special prayers that are recited before the start of each Cleveland Browns game?
I'm gonna chug on that. Unfortunately, I have actual alcohol. I have actual alcohol. Sorry, Jesus Christ. There should be prayers just to make sure. Maybe if it means just one less torn ACL, then I'm gonna bet on prayer. Just
right.
one less ACL injury a game means a whole lot to someone's career. Gets them a whole lot of money, and that's a lot of money that could go to charity.
Okay, Roger.
Well, at the same time, I would spit on this because God hates the Cleveland Browns and he's banished to the fifth tier of hell with Baltimore, like winning divisions and fucking Super Bowls. God hates us. Jesus hates us. They'd turn us into a fucking snake if they could. And all because we bit the apple and challenged the NFL in fucking court and beat them.
Oh my God. The chuggy. Sherry, follow that up.
I thought like that's what everybody did before the game in these various tailgates and whatnot. I think that would be an example of group prayer that doesn't need to be held in the stadium.
Okay. I think Roger won that round. By the
Yes,
way.
he did.
Okay, the next question. Should the Cleveland Browns hold confession sessions in the locker room for players if they've made mistakes? Roger, we're going to start with you. During the game.
Not confession. Have you ever seen the Da Vinci Code where the guy had the strap on his leg with the spikes in it and he tightens it? I forget what they call it, but it's a form of punishment. I think they should wear that if they make a mistake and tighten it and get the spikes deep into their leg and walk around like that for a week until they straighten their act up.
Wow. What is in the
I'm
beer?
old school. I'm pre-Vatican.
I've never seen you be this active towards the end of the show. This is amazing. What beer are you drinking tonight? This is great.
Is it coffee?
It was
some mean nuns.
There you go, Russ. Mean nuns.
By the way, we made a little bet last week, and I completely lost track of it. But we bet that there would be over or under 1.5 primetime games. You had the under, and there are 2 primetime games.
I don't recall that.
Well,
I recall.
We can.
I'm the judge. I recall.
I started watching an episode of Dawg Chug, and I stopped right when we got to that, so I wouldn't remember.
I do believe there was a specific.
We got to do a Saturday night show if you expect me to do a Fireball mayonnaise.
No. It has a specific name. The barf maker.
Yeah, the barf maker.
The barf maker.
What if you do the barf maker at the
tailgate?
At the tailgate on Saturday.
Just don't barf on a dog.
To play on the Dawg Chug next Thursday. Wednesday.
All right. I'll bring a pack of mayonnaise from the gas station.
All right. Kelly, please send us a shot of Fireball because you're the Fireball queen.
I'll get one of them little cheap ones from the gas station too, and then somebody's gonna have to carry me home.
Okay. Anyway, sorry for the interruption. Ross, do you think that the Cleveland Browns should hold confession for the players that made mistakes on the field?
That's kind of a touchy subject because no one ever thinks they're wrong, so they wouldn't have anything to confess anyway. I mean, maybe that was more the Joe Woods philosophy that no one's ever in trouble. But I just don't think it's going to go anywhere. So I would spit on that. Or what's the term we're using? Not spit, right?
Well, we're this is literally we're not playing Spit Sip Chug or Sin Pray Divine. We're asking questions and we're seeing if our answers are different than when we asked them during Dog Faith.
This is a new bit we have. It's called Burn in Hell.
Yeah, burn in hell. So I say no. Dude, don't do these confessions. Some people don't want to be put on the spot and think about their mistakes more. Not worth it.
Okay, so next question. Roger, we're going to start with you. No, Ross, we're going to start with you, right? Yeah, you guys.
No, Sherry.
What?
I think it's Ross's turn to start. I'm pretty sure.
You're right. You're right.
Ross. If a player is named MVP and then he is thanking people and he forgets to thank God first, should he go to hell?
Not hell, maybe purgatory. I mean, God's completely. He's obviously the reason you can jump or throw the ball really well or run really fast. That's all God, right? It has nothing to do with your like mother or father's genetics at all, right? And if you don't shout, you gotta shout out your dad, shout out your mom, and shout out God, because you got like God's luck. Your parents are your genetics, and so if you don't thank one of the 33% of your success, then you at least go in purgatory, and then maybe that's where you can confess and say, "Sorry, my dude, I forgot to call you out at my Hall of Fame ceremony or whatever it was."
At the Pro Bowl.
Purgatory is the right place.
All right. I love it. Roger.
No, you know what? Ross is on the right track with burn. He shouldn't burn in hell. But I think if a child isn't baptized in the Catholic faith and they were to pass away, they go to a place called limbo. And it's like heaven, Junior. But I think they should have to go there and change diapers as penance in limbo. How about that?
Yeah, I think
That's
that's how
old
that
Catholic
works.
stuff. I never even heard about that one.
You never heard of Limbo? Yeah, check out Limbo.
Mm-hmm.
It is a good movie. Sherry.
Yes.
Yes.
My people
They
don't
should
do
go to-
the heaven or hell thing, but from a scientific standpoint, I'm going to say inherited traits should be thanked first.
Okay.
You know,
What if Ed Columbus was named the MVP of the Cleveland Browns and he just came out and immediately said, most of all, I want to thank myself for getting it.
well, that's not a surprise.
Yeah, no
Would you
biggie.
be surprised? We know he'd thank him first because that's, Ed loves Ed. So
Yeah. All right. So he doesn't deserve to go to hell for that?
no, mm-mm.
Okay.
No.
Very good.
I thought murder was the reason why people go to hell. Like,
I'm sure Ed's murdered someone along the way.
no.
Okay. Question number 4. And Roger, we'll start with you. Should Jimmy Haslam invite the Pope to Cleveland Browns Stadium, which, by the way, costs $100 million to get him to show up, to do a special blessing on the Cleveland Browns helmets for extra protection?
I think a cardinal would suffice, but I think they should have a chimney and release smoke out before the games.
Sherry.
I enjoy the smoke. Usually they let out just like burger grease, but
Right.
that would be fun. Like maybe smoke with like a cool color, maybe orange would be nice.
Right,
You know?
orange smoke. Yeah.
No, I would not waste a single dime bringing the Pope
Right,
to the
right.
stadium. First
Send
of
a
all, we'd have a bishop or a cardinal, somebody. There's enough in the hierarchy to bring a middleman to the stadium. Plus, if we're gonna have the Pope, don't you think we need to make the stadium look a little better, smell a little better?
Yeah. What if they outlawed any kids coming to the game that day so there was no threat?
But kids at the game are fun.
Okay. Okay. Right. So you want the kids to be there. So you're saying no to the Pope. Got it.
No
Rob.
Pope, pro kids.
Oh, what do I think? We can just get the Archbishop of the diocese, a step lower than what Roger was saying. We don't need to spend all the money on the Pope to bless. Like, faith is faith. You don't need the Pope. Why does a higher being have to give you more protection? That's not the idea of religion, that one person's more important than another, except for maybe when they talk about Jesus or God for some reason. But maybe I'm getting a little too. It's starting to sound atheist a little bit there. Sorry, Dog Faith.
Ross is still on Chug Faith.
Yeah.
Dog Faith.
So no, I don't think we gotta do that to protect our players. More, it'd probably be more safe to just not wear helmets, so they don't try to like ram their heads into people. Honestly.
Yeah, I hear that. All right, we're gonna do the final Dog Faith question. Do you think the Browns can perform a miracle and turn water into Gatorade on the sidelines? Roger, I'm going to start with you.
What was the question?
Me, you're starting with me again?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, man. They turned. That's a tough one. I don't know if they can get water into Gatorade. No, I'm going to have to say no on that.
All right.
No.
Sure.
I'm going to say yes, because it comes in a packet and you could dispense it in those Gatorade bottles they carry around anyway. So they could just shake, shake, shake. There you go, Gatorade.
Wow. Yeah, makes sense. The
There you go.
scientist. Ross closes out.
Nah, I think we're good. We just you don't want to have too much Gatorade anyway, because that's too much sugar. You only want a little bit of Gatorade, not a whole lot. So just have more water than Gatorade. You're fine. Gatorade's a little overrated for in sports activities anyway.
All right. Well, that concludes the Dog Faith on Dawg Chug game. So I want to thank you all for being part of Network 2 and I want to thank Network 2 and 6 in allowing us to do the show that we love. Unlike Pat McAfee, we had the freedom to be ourselves. Special thanks to Nick Carnes, who actually brought the three of us together.
Yeah.
And probably Sherry too. Huge shout out to our amazing guest, Sherry, who stepped in when we needed her. She made Talking Browns feel effortless. And of course, a heartfelt thank you to our loyal fans. We've got 16 and a half weeks of chugging until the Browns take the field. Keep the faith and stay tuned.
Go Browns.
Go Browns.
Go Browns.